Since 1990, our experienced teams have guided over 800 projects from ground-up conception to the renovation of existing spaces. Over 400 churches have trusted J.H. Batten to shape environments where ministry happens. From simple renovations to large multi-thousand-seat auditoriums, our team delivers quality spaces that support your mission, growth, and community. Beyond our ministry partnerships, we've had the privilege of serving over 400 marketplace organizations, designing, renovating, and enhancing spaces that support growth and community impact. J.H. Batten is fully licensed in 5 states, allowing us to serve local churches with excellence across multiple regions. With the development of the National Association of Church Design Builders, a nonprofit organization of ministry-minded professionals, J.H. Batten knows the current trends, understands the challenges churches face, and designs smarter because of it. Our efforts go beyond buildings. We also support and fuel the E-Team, an organization that exists to equip leaders, build stronger teams, and help church staffs and volunteers thrive. Rather than sharing more about us, we'd like for you to hear from the leaders at Alliance Bible Fellowship in Boone, North Carolina, a church we've had the privilege of partnering with for the last 16 years.
I think what's really cool about J.H. Batten on the design build role, and I'll highlight the design piece first. I like to take that all the way back to Exodus 35 and 36. There was a design build project going on back there, and it was called the Tabernacle. And as you study that passage, you see that God motivated people who had skill sets to come in and accomplish the work. Everything from the design side of it to figuring out what it was going to look like, how the materials were going to be acquired, how the materials were all going to go together, because it was a major project that would honor the Lord. Their capability brought in a team that helped us to think through things even more, think it through deeper, a lot of what ifs, and just the vision component of that process is super helpful for us as a group of people who kind of have an idea of what we're sensing God is calling us to do, but to have the expertise join us in figuring out, okay, practically speaking, what does it really look like?
Funny story was in '09 is when we broke ground with parking. We needed parking and things like that. And they came to us, J.H. Batten did, and said, steel is going up. Not maybe, it is going up at the end of 2009. And you have $700,000 worth of steel in your plans. So it's going to save you $70,000, 10%, if you'll let us put this up now. And we said, okay. And so we did. We erected the girders that were here for 3 years. I'm sure people drove by our church going, what in the world is wrong with these people? But it ended up being a wise financial decision for us.
We enjoy a company that's willing to not just give us something, but to help us wrestle with how is it going to work and how can we do it better. And then when you run into the unexpected surprises, which we have on the current project, and it's kind of like you really don't know what you don't know until you start the demolition. And then you discover there's all kinds of things that we didn't know were underneath that we have to adjust.
I've said it to our elders, I've said it to our church leaders a million times, and it probably become a redundancy, but I can't imagine doing the job of being a pastor without having godly people to surround you and we lock arms together and do the ministry together. This is not my church. I'm not the CEO. I'm not the guy that is responsible for deciding what chairs we're going to have. I didn't know till they showed me, and what colors we were going to use. I have a group of very godly people who are faithful, who want to do things with good stewardship.
I like to say that J.H. Batten has a sensitive side to understanding. It's kind of like they get behind our eyes. They try to really understand what we're thinking, and oftentimes can add value to the process of what we're thinking. They can give us insights that they have from their experience, and not all projects have that kind of depth of expertise. And what I have personally found with J.H. Batten is the depth of expertise is one of the biggest assets to what they have to offer. So their willingness to be very diligent and their gifting in the whole process is just amazing.